most recent event you were at was Lights Out 8 down
Lights Out 8, yeah.
South Georgia Motorsports Park, Duck X Productions. Biggest race of the year to get started.
Baddest small tire race in the country.
We'll just talk a little bit about your experience down there, what happened. We know you had some problems down there, the big hood flying off thing. We got 1320 Video supplied us with some footage that we'll show you that. Let's talk about the hood flying off thing. That kind of seems to be a big popular thing.
My own fault.
So what caused the hood to fly off?
Where I have the ProCharger blow-off valve and the wind coming under. I didn't have time to seal off the ProCharger. Like last year we had it all sealed off.
Yep.
And I barely made the race with all the stuff we had to get done and shoveling and trailers and getting down there. So I didn't really think of it at the time. So clearly my own fault. Yep. So at 160 you got too much wind under the hood and it just broke the fasteners, So I had to pick my car up at DMC. Yep. And Dennis did a phenomenal job all week long on it, getting it done, getting it ready. And, it was snowing by the time we had to go pick it up there.
Yeah, we actually had the little clip of you falling on the ice, which is pretty good. A little patch of ice.
Yeah.
What specifically did Dennis do down at DMC to get the car ready and get you up and running for Lights Out? It was real last minute.
Yeah, we switched over. Patrick Bondhill, I got talking with him, and we ended up going with a Haltech, full system instead of the big stuff that I had before. And I have a new motor, new tranny, new converter, so why not do a whole new ignition system too, So I said the hell with it and did it. And Dennis took the job on with knowing we have to leave within a week. So he really cranked it out for me, and instead of just getting the Haltech put in, we ended up rewiring the whole car too, put spaghetti menders in it and stuff like that. So he took on the challenge and killed it. He really did a fantastic job.
So one of the more recent things we saw with your car, which was, we could call it a backyard special, if you will. What was up with the 5-gallon bucket in front of the ProCharger?
That was after the hood came off. We had the grill closed off, but still had a pretty good sized hole where the old entranceway was to the ProCharger, so that's pretty much what happened with the hood. So we had to adapt and do whatever we could do down there in Georgia, and we had a 5-gallon bucket around, and my buddy Tommy at MacFab, Tommy Kirk, he had a sheet of aluminum over at the beadlock trailer, so gave it to us, and away we went. Duct tape and bolts and cut it all up to make it work.
So this car behind us is called the Blue Goose.
Yep.
And as you mentioned, Tommy Kirk just a couple seconds ago. What's the relation between the Blue Goose, yourself, and Tommy Kirk?
Tommy's owned the car for quite some time and made it pretty much famous the way it was, and I purchased it at Lights Out 7 and, put my own touches on it and stuff like that, new motor, and, did a lot of the stuff over. Tried to make it faster and, still used his engine builder that, he's a pretty good guy down there, Pete Harrell, HED. So he builds a pretty good motor.
So what made you switch from the old ProCharger to the FX112, I believe you have in there right now?
We're going to try to run some NMCA Street Outlaw this year.
All right.
So I'm sure I'll be the only leaf spring car in the class, but
Gotcha.
I think, I'm not sure, but we're going to try to stir things up in that class a little bit if we could with the 12,
So speaking of ProCharger, it's a lot, not too many may know, but if you've watched the 1320 video already, you've seen the hood blow off, you go over to ProCharger and talk to Serge over there.
Yep.
How did that really come to be? I mean, you guys talked about it briefly, just kind of, there was a phone call and you went over there, but is there any more details that,
I mean, Billy Schaefer, he's a real good guy. He was coming over to the pits quite a bit, and, when that happened, somebody had said that there was a Camaro over at the ProCharger booth, I'm like, oh, so we actually went over and he offered the hood, and I didn't really want to take it at first. It's kind of awkward situation, and then we walked away, and we actually thought about it, like, yeah, we really might need that hood. So I didn't know if we were going to be able to get one next day in or something, but so Serge was he was unbelievable. Just really take it off your car, and I was willing to pay whatever, and he just said, don't worry about it. Let's figure it out after, and so I can't say enough good things about ProCharger and Surge and, you know, Billy Schaefer. They're just really, really good guys. Really good group of guys.
So you made it to the semifinals in Leaf Spring, the Leaf Spring class.
Yeah.
And you also ran Outlaw Drag Radio, right?
Yes. We weren't gonna be competitive in that. We were just trying to get some more test hits on the car.
Now I have to ask you, we all know the comeback story of Lyle and the tragic events that transpired. How was it to go, like how was the atmosphere going up against him in that semifinal round? I mean, me sitting at home, being from New England, and a lot of other people, we really wanted you to get out there and, you know, and to win it, but at the same time, we always feel, you know, that whole comeback story was great. Like, how was it going up against Lyle in the semifinals?
Unbelievable. He's such a nice guy, and, you know, his dad is just unbelievable. You know, people, they were pitted right next to us, and you know, we had a transmission problem the day before, and actually they let us use their trailer. So my car was in their stacker, and his car, the Dart, was in my trailer, you know, overnight, you know, and they let us use their tools, and, you know, just unbelievable. So, you know, M&M transmission ended up rebuilding the tranny overnight. We had it first thing in the morning again, put it back in Lyle's, you know, Lyle's trailer, and, you know, we ended up going against him. You know, it was just unbelievable time. I mean, they're just such good people. So, you know, he's
So with Lights Out coming to a close, obviously we have No Mercy happening towards the end of the year, and you mentioned running some of the Street Outlaws, NMCA stuff in between. But what other events will we be able to see the Blue Goose at?
We're going to be doing Yellow Bullet. You know, I'm going to try to race. I'm going to do New England X275. So we're putting the F1X back on it for that, and we're going to do Yellow Bullet, X275 there, and if I go to Georgia for Ducks races, that'll be Leaf Spring and probably ODR, you know. I'll put the bigger blower on it. We might even have an F3 on it by then.
Gotcha.
So to be competitive, you know, Leaf Spring's getting out of control.
Yeah.
They're,
I mean, they got that dart dipping into the 420s. I mean, you ran your personal best down there at Georgia.
Yeah, 451, yeah.
451?
I mean, we weren't really leaning on, we were leaning on it, but not till its fullest potential. I mean, we're going to be in the, you know, mid to low 40s. But, yeah, I am a small block, so it's kind of hard to compete with big blocks and F3s. And we have been, but it's, you know, you got a lot of heavy hitters that really weren't there, you know.
So, before we end this little sit down that we get to have with you, is there anybody you'd like to thank that, you know, has been really involved with the car and really helped you get to where you are right now?
I mean, Derek Moda is, you know, got to be the #1 guy. He's pushed me to the limit on this thing, and push, and he's made it happen, you know. Him and the guy, Bruce Pinkham, they did a lot of the body work, but Derek's involved in everything, engines, trannies, and he's the guy that makes it happen, honestly. Without him, I wouldn't even be racing. It'd be tough, you know, me and my son would do it, but, you know, we're only, you know, Derek's the backbone of the crew right now, you know. Really, really good guy.
All right.
My tranny guy too, Pete DiCarlo. He's been doing my trannies over for me, but I have an M&M in there right now, Mark Mickey tranny, but, you know, they pulled it for me down there. Really, really good job.
It would seem so.
You know, but, yeah. A lot of people to thank in this stuff, you know, it's hard to...
Hard to make a short list when you got a big
it's crazy.
list of people.
Yeah, it takes a lot of people to make it all happen, you know, to get there. So, but hopefully we can still race and be competitive and have a killer season, you know.
So, what is the next event that you're going to be at that you have planned?
Probably New England X275, April 29th at Lebanon Valley.
All right.
We're going to try to hit that.
So, you heard it from him. You want to see this thing kick ass live? April 29th, Lebanon Valley, and there's plenty more events you'll be able to see them at. Thanks, Mark, for sitting down with me.
Thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
And stay tuned. I'll have plenty more coverage of him. You can follow him, Boston Leaf Spring Nation on Facebook. They also have an Instagram page. And your own personal Instagram page.
Dykeman Racing, then, you know, Boston Leaf Spring Mafia.
Yep. And Leaf Spring Nation's a big supporter, too.
Big supporter. Big supporter.
Can't forget those guys.
Nope, they're #1, honestly.
All right. So I guess that concludes it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.